Great cities all have various attributes. They are physically successful, socially successful, economically successful, life-enhancing for their residents. They are fun.
The success stories, almost universally, are about public-private partnerships. The kind of collaboration that happens that makes really great places.
It can bring the tools to bear that really are important to have. Essentially making common cause to get the best possible outcomes.
That's the challenge, that how do you create that public-private partnership? Because in too many cases around America, good ideas die because there's such an adversarial relationship between the public and private sector.
What the Rose Center is trying to do is to help people understand the roles that each side plays, bring them together, help them to develop trust in each other, and move forward.
It's really about leadership and professional development for some of our nation's top premier public officials. The Rose Center gives them access to ULI's leading experts from around the country and around the world, where they can get an understanding of how the decisions that the public sector makes can impact, and does impact pretty significantly, private sector land use projects.
Public officials, property owners, and developers come together to look at a particular problem in a particular part of their city for a whole year. They have a chance to hear ideas that they are unfamiliar with or hostile to, and maybe have to think twice about their hostility.
The Rose Fellowship gives you a chance to sort of retreat and think about a particular land use problem with expert help. And I think because it happens in a very small group format, it's particularly effective.
You get that collaboration that allows folks to maybe put down some of those barriers and say, hey, we're all in this together, and stay focused on what the real goal is: economic growth, jobs, and revitalization.
It gave us the opportunity in Philadelphia to build a team and to really think about what are some long-term solutions.
To look at both the problems and the possibilities of a very important section of our city in a brand new way.
When we started talking about Broad Street being the focus, I think there was a lot of cynicism and saying, this is such a hard project, this is such a difficult project, nobody's been successful here, why would you even consider it?
North Broad Street is a historically main street in the city that has, frankly, fallen on some hard times. And yet, the bones of it are tremendous.
It stretches from our downtown, moves very quickly into working-class neighborhoods, and then ends with a major university, Temple University.
It's got transit infrastructure, the likes of which most cities would like to have. Well, we already have it. What came out of this program is people started to understand it as a real place in the city that warrants sort of rebranding, you might say, and get people to believe in it again.
It's something that's really, really wonderful, because I think it would have been much more challenging if Alan Greenberger had started without the fellowship and said, I really want to look at North Broad Street and I want to redevelop it. He would not have had the backing, he wouldn't have had the credibility. In fact, stakeholders are very excited and are willing to pitch in, and it seems that people will stay involved beyond the fellowship.
There are a phenomenal set of institutions, business folks, and investors all along the corridor that I think can help us be very successful in revitalizing it.
The ULI has been enormously fortunate to have Daniel Rose, with his experience, realize the need for the constructive engagement between the public sector and the private sector. And that is really key in the way that cities are built today.
The developer's best friend is an enlightened and educated public official. And from the public official's standpoint, an enlightened developer is the best asset that a city can have.
Coordinating, cooperating, stimulating each other. Only good can result.
If you have the opportunity to participate in the Rose Fellowship, you should do it. It's something you want to experience.